In this video, I'm going to be going over 4 cryptocurrencies that have massive potential to explode, and they cost some of them less than $1. Let's get into all these cryptocurrencies and more in this video. Hey guys, Kyle with Finance Bro here. Welcome back to another video. Before we get into all these cryptocurrencies, I really want to encourage you guys to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you guys never miss a new video that we post every single day. Also, if you guys want to pick up a free stock with public.com, hit that first link down in the description below and sign up with our link. You guys have the potential to earn up to $300 in free stock. Why don't you guys take out your hand and see if you can give it a try, give it a shot. We got $300 worth of Amazon stock not that long ago, and we've had other people use it and get the same thing as well. Let us know if you guys get that as well. But without further ado, let's get right into these cryptos. So the first cryptocurrency we're going to be talking about today is none other than DASH, or Dashcoin. Dashcoin is a fascinating project that has been building a peer-to-peer system of money management and movement. What I mean by this is basically it's similar to things like Venmo or Cash App, where you can essentially exchange cryptocurrency, more specifically currency in general, in between different places, whether it's your bank account, your wallets, or any kind of institution that you want to buy services from. It's possible to move all the currencies between these different places. One of the really interesting things about Dash that we've seen over the last year is their actual real world development that they've started to implement. One of the things we see more often nowadays more than ever is when you go to different stores or different kiosks, you'll find that they have those little square pay options. What you can do with that typically is use Apple Pay or different ways of paying on your phone, and by using that, you can essentially use Dash, which has its own interesting feature in that as well, that you can use to purchase different types of services and items in the real world with Dash specific currency. One of the unique things about Dash that makes it incredibly competitive compared to its other industry competitors is the way that it can transfer things at extremely low cost. We're talking about fractions of a cent as far as transaction fees are concerned, and you can send Dash all over the place, really wherever you want, whenever you want. We're also going to be seeing a Dash Pay wallet system that's going to be coming out soon that should be very effective at furthering this overall goal of using cryptocurrency in the real world to pay for real items, and of course further adoptability by the overall institutions that of course are currently rejecting crypto but will likely not be doing that for much longer. Again, they have over 159,000 merchants that are already serviced by Dash themselves. They have over 265 exchanges and brokerages that they are a part of, and the transaction speeds are as low as 1 second per transaction. Now, this isn't one of my absolute favorite coins, so I have a little bit of a smaller position, but it's one that I've been buying on the recent dips that we've been seeing thanks to all the volatility in the crypto markets that have been happening over the last couple of weeks. It's definitely a project that I'm going to be keeping my eyes on for long-term growth, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. So the next cryptocurrency project I'm going to be talking about has a very interesting use case and one that I think has a lot of potential to grow. That, of course, is none other than Curve DAO. This is a really interesting coin because what they do is essentially allow for more unique, tight, and also efficient exchanges of stablecoins. The overall transfers of these different stablecoins between the network within Curve DAO are going to be much more efficient, and there's going to be in general less slippage, basically meaning you lose less money out on the trade thanks to transaction fees and different things associated with it. Because of this, this is a coin that is going to be extremely useful in overall crypto hierarchy and ecosystems that are only going to expand in the future. We know stablecoins are of course an incredibly popular tool in the cryptocurrency world that people like to use in order to basically get better interest yields on their savings accounts than they would rather with, of course, a bank. So again, Curve DAO is going to play an essential role in that overall ideal system, and I think that it could continue to grow as a project. And if you look at it right now, the overall cryptocurrency market isn't doing too hot, but Curve DAO has managed to actually carve out quite a nice little bit of gains here over the last day or two. But that being said, again, it's still one of my long-term holds and one that I'm going to be adding to quite frequently as the time goes on. Now, the next cryptocurrency I wanted to talk about is Zcash. Zcash is a very interesting crypto because what it essentially does is build off of Bitcoin's original privacy and overall efficient transaction standards. We know that Zcash has done a lot for the overall cryptocurrency space as far as furthering transaction protocols and of course making things safer, more private, and more secure. Now, one of the things I do want to give a caveat to is that this is one of my smaller positions. Considering that Zcash is at least its main function that they tout all the time, it's not something that I'm super heavily invested in and not really something that I have a huge position with. That being said, I do think that there is a certain narrative that is starting to go along with Zcash right now thanks to more concerns with privacy in the overall space of social media, the internet, and just the overall world. More people are more concerned about where their money is going, where it's sitting, and who can see it and who can access it more than ever. And I think Zcash provides a very interesting position that they can potentially take advantage of this in that overall market. Now, for the very last coin we're going to be looking at is Mediterranex. This is an interesting metaverse play. If you are at all familiar with Decentraland or Sandbox, you probably know what the metaverse is. What Mediterranex is basically going to do do is create another metaverse style world, but in this one it's going to be a little bit different. What they are essentially trying to do is combine a bunch of different cryptocurrencies all together into one, creating, like the name implies, a matrix style metaverse. This metaverse would essentially include a bunch of different cryptocurrencies that you are probably familiar with, like Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, or even Ethereum. Some of these even have their own special places within the metaverse that you can go, interact with, and take part in all kinds of interesting events that you can obviously do with these specific tokens that are required for those events. There's also the native token to this overall metaverse, which is Mediterranex, and again, I think that this is a narrative play. What I mean by that is that even though it might have a lot of long-term potential, I think that in general we could definitely see some huge potential in the short term. I think that this is something that most people are going to start rallying around, talk about on social media and a bunch of different platforms in general, and we could potentially see a pretty big explosion in price, at least in the short term, if things go well. That's if all of Twitter starts talking about it, if TikTok or wherever else, starts talking about it, it might get a little bit of boost and there might be a potential short-term play here. That being said, this is not something that I'm definitely doing for the long term, and of course keep that in mind. But again, guys, those are a couple of cryptocurrencies that I'm going to be looking at, of course, for the month of May. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, what cryptocurrencies you're looking at, and if you want us to talk about any of them, let us know about those as well. If you guys haven't already, I recommend joining our private Discord with the second link down in the description below. We're going to be giving out a free alert the day that this video comes out, so make sure you join if you haven't already. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.